So the story continues. In the last video I have mentioned a couple of points, and we ended up our talk with the tier 11 only, and I told you guys that tier 11 is the beginning, but it's not actually the main reason why the entire game has changed, but it was of course one of the key factors. There are many things that happened during this time and many updates that actually changed state of survival completely. Like, it is no longer survival versus a zombie, it's survival versus other players. Like, I don't fucking get it. How come with all of these technologies you still are struggling to kill zombies, you know? It became a survival versus other players, who's going to survive, who's not going to get zeroed. But again, it still was not really easy to zero anyone. In fact, it was still very hard. So tier 11 has came, and tier 11 used to cost a lot, but again it was manageable. I mean, Mid-Spender had a way to catch up by just upgrading the tier 11 infantry. Of course, free-to-player will never be able to reach that, but I mean, your objectives were already clear. You could just go for the infantry and you have at least like 60% of upgrades. There was not even need to go for anything else. Days passes by, and then happens the thing that actually changed state of survival like forever. You guys might think, oh, it's a big upgrade. Oh, no, it's tier 11, it's plasma. No, none of these guys. What actually happened and changed how state of survival, like shareholders or as like a marketing or financial team or whatever you want to call it, was the collaboration, their first collaboration with Daryl from The Walking Dead. It was a very fucking smart move to do it, to be honest. Like, both of the games, they are zombie themed, so whoever used to love zombie theme would actually come and try State of Survival, because both of the games have some similarities, but at the same time both of the games are kinda different. But those who loved Daryl would come and play Daryl. And of course we had some new gameplays, which was actually fun for some time. It was repetitive, but it was rewarding. But again, it was actually good. It was not bad at all. And it was very rewarding, and Daryl could be given to anyone who actually used to invest some time. You can get it to some certain level, which is manageable, of course. And during this time, State of Survival has earned at least 20 million of downloads and at least another million player, and I'm not joking about it. From that time, it became one of the most famous games because of this collaboration. This collaboration has skyrocketed State of Survival. The problem is, with the amount of money comes more responsibility, and they would obviously seek more shareholders or investors or whatever. They would say, we are a big shot in here. You guys can join us, you can invest on our companies. That's really normal for any business. But what they don't know is, if you satisfied your shareholders this way, you will have to keep feeding them every single time, and if the revenue just got affected or something, you need to figure out how to catch up. Daryl survived for a lot of time. Not only that, since the engine was fucking broken that time, Daryl with really devastating monster. It was, those who had Daryl will literally beat anyone who doesn't have Daryl. It doesn't matter your stats most of the time. Even if you have like 500% stats or 400% stats, you are going to destroy them. However, this was not in the live servers. What I mean by that is, this is not in the new engine, which some skills used to work, but this was only during Raid League or Reservoir Raid, when all of the skills never used to work. Actually, if someone just like current limitless, you know guys, it was even worse. Like, it doesn't matter. You can just hit a rally leader and zero him who doesn't have Daryl. It doesn't really fucking matter. And not only Daryl too, when resonated heroes came Wacko. So Wacko and Daryl combined, they were fucking devastating. It was really horrible, but it was not an issue because it was not a live server, of course. Reservoir rate was like you never used to lose all of your troops, so it was actually fine. Daryl got nerfed after that because it was retarded. I mean, a Marsh could actually kill 10 million people like they were flies or something. But then Plasma 6 to Plasma 8 came, and the first research lab, which is the Institute of Plasma, when they introduced this new building, it was of course there. And of course the Institute of Plasma got its upgrade, and now they literally introduced the first and one-of-a-kind upgrades. Like, every single time when they release an update, that has one feature. One feature. There are certain things inside this feature in which you will upgrade, and everyone can reach that level, like Plasma 6 to 7, Plasma 1 to 3, Plasma 5 to 6, whatever. It was fixed, linear upgrades. But this one had two paths. The first path is the research lab. It looked from outside like it's a major gap, but it was really fucking shit. Believe me, guys, research lab was the most scam ever. It was really garbage. Upgrade was not even good. It used to give you some stats for exchange of plasma, when plasma used to be fucking crucial for you anyway. Like, you get what? 1 lethality, 2 lethality. It's fucking basic stats. Never used to give you something good, with the exception of the rally capacity. And this again made the difference. Like, even if a max rally leader who had a big rally capacity, it was completely fucking useless. Because you are going to attack with your march, you are not going to actually attack with your rally when you are hitting someone. So it never was like felt. So the issue here was between a rally leader and another rally leader. It was not an issue of a joiner or a rally leader at all. Nothing changed. Even a mid spender could survive, because again the rally leader doesn't fucking use his rally when he's attacking like settlements or something. He's just using his marsh, so it wasn't actually as big of a deal. But there was a protest that has happened. Again, I don't want to mention the name, but this was actually one of the biggest protests that we had in State of Survival. This protest was done by a team, like really a good team, who used to care about the community a lot. But the real reason why this protest has failed is because, to be honest with you guys, people are really fake. Not those, like, seriously, if you really think that you would actually have a support of people are, that's what I really discovered, and it was very fucking painful, that people are actually fake. Some of them would actually say, yeah, we will support you, yeah, we will do that, we will stand behind you, we will support the protest or whatever. But in reality is, there are 3 groups of people, or you could say 3 kinds of people that we have met during this time. I was like an observer, me and my sister and a couple of my friends. We were actually did not participate with, but we were watching every single thing. Some kind of people will tell you, yes, we are going to stand behind you. Some people will tell you the same, but on the other hand, they are not just telling you that, but they kept on spending and kept on supporting as if it doesn't fucking matter. And there was a 3rd type of people who were like the fucking worst, Some people at least used to support you by a motivational speech or whatever, or told you that they're not going to spend. But some people took advantage of the situation that people has stopped actually spending, and they increased their spending so they can surpass or finally make a gap between the other spenders. Like, there was a spenders that used to stop, but they stopped because they thought that everyone is going to stop. So another type of spenders actually came in and start spending so they can catch up to the gap for the first people who stopped spending, which again caused a lot of change of heart and a lot of fucking shit. So as soon as this protest started, it was actually going to fail. There was no other way around it, because if you are not united as a one man, this is never gonna fucking work. But somehow we got actually some good results, because at least now developers has finally assigned a developer team that's going to stay in state of survival servers, and then they are going to speak to people and actually they are going to delay some of the upgrades, like releases of heroes, releases of major features. They promised that at least we had, like, I think monthly developer feedback that Divis comes and speaks, and it was held all in the main Discord server of State of Survival. At least that was a positive, but people thought, oh, finally we won, but they actually did not win any shit. Okay, now comes one of the most major hits, which I think people doesn't know, but nobody could fucking take, and even if I tried to talk, and even if anyone tried to warn them, they wouldn't give a fuck about you. And I'm talking about players, and I'm being very fucking honest here. The release of Red Chief Gear. There was a bad protest that has been done by the spenders. It was really fucking dumb. I'm so sorry to say that, guys. That was the dumbest protest that has happened during State of Survival. They actually changed a feature that was much fucking friendly to free-to-players into a feature that became kinda more pay-to-win. Let me explain. They let you first use the normal items, which you can obtain literally from everywhere or most of the events, since the chief design was the hardest, and you can upgrade like 75% of the part that you want to upgrade, and then by the end of the part you are going to use the designs. Once you use the designs, again the same, you will go to the next level and you can use all the 3 items which does not require design, and then get most of your upgrades. But no, people did not want that, and they actually protested, and it was a spender protest this time. It was not even a free-to-play protest. Free-to-play just joined in. It was, oh, gap, but they doesn't fucking know the truth about it. No, that was not what actually happened. So actually this protest was kind of successful, but you guys, you literally fall in this trap, and nobody could actually say anything, because sadly State of Survival community is toxic. Really, they are not actually very friendly. Not all of them, of course. I'm sorry if you guys think I'm saying all of them, but during that time when many people I met, there were actually a handful of toxic people who can actually ruin it for everyone. And then this protest had actually worked, and State of Survival it changed the Red Chief Gear into something that actually spenders will actually benefit from more. But this was a very fucking double-edged sword, because this time King's Group forgot to add some item on an element to the items, in which allows people to not max the red gear fast. So everyone, literally from the first fucking day, were able to max the red chief gear. And that's what I wanted to tell you about, guys. Like, the first plan was much fucking better. This plan now allowed every single one, every fucking whale, everyone who used to spend a lot or who has saved shitload of items, to actually go in and upgrade the red chief gear, which have of course caused huge losses to King's Group, because everyone got it. It's a feature, yesterday feature, and today everyone has the full items, the full red gear. I will talk about one last thing for this video before I actually go and stop for today, because the next topic will become even worse than everything you have heard about. Until now, this is not the worst part. The worst part will come later. But before I go into the worst part, I'm gonna tell you about one thing that actually hurted State of Survivor the fucking most out of everything else. In any business, if you collaborated, you would collaborate to gain benefits, to gain downloads, to gain more revenue. However, State of Survival did a major problem, which is the collaboration with the Joker, and collaborated and got us the Joker. The Joker has fucked up the game into the point that of no fucking return. Problem number one, it financially hurted State of Survival so fucking much that the State of Survival had to redo the collaboration again in the hope of getting more money back. Why? Who the fuck would come from Marvel or a Batman gaming series, fighting game series, to join State of Survival? When you did the Daryl collaboration, The Walking Dead, you were actually at least in point, because both of the games are zombie survival games. But why the fuck people from who love fighting games or Batman or what adventure games would come from this franchise to fucking survival way doing game? Who? And this gave them huge fucking blow, and they actually lost so much money because of it. They did not learn from their mistake, and they actually fucking did it again. The problem again with this is it literally killed all the rider heroes in the game. So basically, if you have rider, it's fucking pointless. It doesn't matter. It now the game became what is your last infantry hero? Then what is your last hunter hero? And do you have a Joker or not? It's either you have Joker or you don't have Joker. So literally made every rider hero trash, every rider hero fucking useless. From that point of release of the Joker until the fucking generation 12, every rider hero became garbage, became fucking useless. And that has affected the game fucking a lot, believe me. Nobody used to fucking care about riders anymore. Nobody used to fucking care about their skills. They were just the trash. That's it for the part 2. And believe me, the part 3 is going to be the fucking atomic bomb. I hope that you at least guys catch up to some of the story, and I'm so sorry to take so much of your time. Have a wonderful day, guys.